Hello everyone, I'm Justin Fisher in the Shape Your Future Healthy Kitchen. We are with Chef Val from the OUTU School of Community Medicine. And I got to tell you, the aromas that are hitting me right now from all of these mushrooms is amazing. You're sauteing them right there. What are we doing here?
So we're just going to saute some mushrooms today. One of the things that I get asked a lot about is how do I properly saute mushrooms? Because a lot of times people will put mushrooms in a pan, they start to saute them, and all of the water starts coming out of the mushrooms. They start weeping all the liquid, and soon they're simmering and boiling mushrooms.
I do it all the time.
Okay, right, so the way we're
Put it on
gonna
butter.
not do that is we are going to put a little bit of olive oil in the pan, and you can see that we have some nice thinly sliced mushrooms.
And you can grab these from grocery store, right? Already
These
pre-sliced?
you can get them pre-sliced, but you know, they're going to stay fresher longer if you get them whole.
Okay.
And another thing that people ask me about too is whether how to wash mushrooms. And so some people will say that a mushroom is a sponge and you can't soak it in water, or you can't even run it underwater. But I don't actually believe that, and I think that if you work with mushrooms very often, you will see that they're not really all that spongy. And that's not why that's happening. It's that people are not cooking mushrooms at a high enough temperature.
Okay.
So get your pan smoking hot. Add a little bit of fat to the pan. We're using some olive oil, and then you saute the mushrooms until they're golden brown. And so you can leave these mushrooms in the pan, but then push them to the sides, and then you can add more mushrooms. So we have some shiitake mushrooms here, we have some button mushrooms here,
all the kinds.
And then some portobellas, which portobellas are just big cremini, or you might see baby bella. Well, those are just the small mushrooms of a portobello mushroom.
I like using those for like a burger.
So you want to make sure and let these cook all the way through, and then you add your mushrooms in addition. So a handful of mushrooms, saute those, push the mushrooms to the side. And so you do that until you have all your mushrooms cooked. And that way, the pan is very hot and it seals in the moisture. It keeps it from weeping into the pan and boiling them.
And just to reiterate this, you're not using any kind of butter or anything like that. It's
Nope.
olive oil to get these sauteed the way they are.
Right.
And so they're delicious. I think that's a hit or miss. Some people either love them or they don't love them. But what is so healthy about them? Because I don't even think I know.
Well, you're eating a vegetable that's very low, and it's not technically a vegetable, but it is very low in calories. And so anytime you can incorporate those really low calorie vegetables into your dishes, like celery, I mean, it's almost a wash as far as the calories that you take in because it's so low. And mushrooms are much the same way. They also can be high in vitamin D, which is a hard nutrient to get in your diet because usually you get it from things that are already fortified, or you get it from sunlight, and then your body makes it. So mushrooms that have been treated with UV light or you can set them in your windowsill for a couple of days, and they will absorb that, and they make their own vitamin D.
And you can put this in pretty much any meal that you want.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. For any recipe, this recipe we've talked about today, or any other fast, they're easy, inexpensive in most cases, you can head to kjrh.com. You can find all those from Chef Val. Thanks for joining us.